Waiting, and there we go. Let's go ahead and get this up on Twitter real quick. See if anyone jumps on Twitter before I actually get it posted, or jumps on the stream. Let's go ahead and paste. Now that I'm actually prepared for it. Went through and set my clipboard up again. And get that tweet out. What another amazing day in the market. That upward channel is still holding nicely. Hey, there we go. Wrestler, how's it going, man? Market Combat's with the K. Well, you are the first one in chat today, so congrats. Glad to see you here. So, of course, there's our absolute favorite stock. Up on the board right now. Let's pull back to the 30-minute. So yeah, that upward channel, that's actually looking really nice there. You should already be wrenched. It's showing up, you're showing blue on my end. Yeah, that channel's looking real nice. So that being said, I'm actually going to start, I had backed off of doing options a little bit just because how far we got pushed down. But now looking at how AMC's waking up, let's go ahead and check how the calls are looking for next week. But AMC is always going to moon tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day, always. Ask me again tomorrow, and I'll let you know the same answer. Now, I'm not looking to see a whole lot of excitement in the option chains. We are entering lower volume, through this week and into next week. Just because it's the holiday season. This week, of course, being a day short on trading, the markets aren't open on Friday. But yeah, actually, I was gonna do a midday stream and got caught up at work. Only had so long for lunch, so I wasn't able to actually jump on and check everything out. Kind of checking my bull put spreads here. Depending upon how it looks. Those 28.29s, hitting that 26 cent premium looks nice, but the fact is you're only $1.30 off the share price, and all it takes is a little bit of downward pressure going into the end of the week, and those could definitely turn south on you. Looking next week though, I was looking at these 25.26s before, and they were looking good. The only problem is that we're a day later as far as our theta. So they lose value every day. So what looked good yesterday, well, you have to subtract a day worth of theta from it. I am hoping soon we'll get back into the covered call range, because it's killing me not being able to pull covered calls. Those will generate so much so much additional money. But I am looking. I might try some rapid turnarounds towards the end of the week. But see, when you look at them, I'm sorry, but $24 is not worth 100 of my shares. Now, granted, these end in 2 days, but the potential on how much upward support we're catching, how much buying pressure is stepping in. What am I on? Oh, there we go. It was still on. It was giving me the options. How the option prices have changed. But yeah, AMC, another great day in the market. PROG is settling into the lower channel, which is the buying channel. I kind of have a... What is your AMC price target? For me, I'm thinking when the MOAS kicks off, I'm looking for something in the right about the 1250 to the 1750 price range. If we get up to 2,000 a share, I think that'll be wonderful. But I think that there are going to be enough paper handers on the way out. Hey Simon, thanks for stopping by, brother. Just coming through to say hi. Your phone's about to die. Oh, I never go anywhere without a charger, man. But I think you're going to run into, on the way up, there are going to be enough day traders and paper handers who are going to look to capture those profits early. I know mathematically, people overran through all the stuff on how it can hit $100,000 a share, $500,000 a share, $10,000 a share. But looking at the human factor, I do not see, I don't see the average person holding that long. That's why I'm setting a reasonable goal. Now, of course, for me, we talk about life-changing money, and if it only gets as high as $500 a share, and if it turns around and if that's it, I don't think it's going to stay that low. I do think we're going to hit over $1,000 a share during the MOAS, but if we only hit $500 a share, that for me is still life-changing money. I've already I've set everything in place to where if we hit $500 a share, that is at that point I can start doing what I want to do and work for myself. I have a charger at work and have it close to my desk to charge my phone while working, but let a coworker borrow it and he didn't bring it back. Oh. That's like a capital crime. Borrowing somebody's charger and you don't give it back? No, it looks like the SPY finally woke up a bit. Granted, they were looking good yesterday, but now that's definitely caught a tailwind there. And where is... Yeah, Simon, I think 1,000 is achievable. That's why I figure 1,200 to 1,750. That's why if you notice on the stream, I always kick out the price of 1748.81 is the price that I kick out. Just under that 1750 mark. But also, here's a funny little bit of knowledge I'll kick your way. People always... I didn't see you in Clay's Wrestler. Yeah, I don't... Hey, yeah, why am I not getting an eggplant on my chat? It's not an official live stream until there's an eggplant on the screen. So of course I've been putting out that 1748 number on the stream, and I keep saying, I think it'll run to 1748. Well, if you Google when running was invented, it was invented, it's credited, I think the guy's name is John Running, and it was credited to him in the year 1748. So that's kind of the joke on why I put 1748 on how far I think AMC will run to. Because literally that's when the term running was actually credited. So, and 81 because that's what year I was born. So I just threw that on the end just so I'd have a little bit of coinage on it. Yeah, but looking at it, so PROG is still sitting right in the middle of that buy channel. And I refer to it as a buy channel because I've got the two different zones here that, if you look, zooming out just a bit on PROG, no spamming, yeah. One blue wrench telling another blue wrench no spamming. So if you look, when PROG got pushed down, it's kind of stayed in these two different channels right here. And the yellow line, if you haven't been in on this part of the chat before, the yellow line is actually my current average. So I'm just kind of looking that, when it's below my average in the lower channel, that's the zone where I would be buying shares. And if it breaks, above my average into the upper zone, into the upper channel, that's where I'd start, selling shares in order to, have a day trade or a swing trade going on. So going off those price points and where my average is, I have this built out to where I have a ready-made swing trade already set to go. So I can even go through and put in limit orders saying if it runs up to 22 or $2.75, $2.80 a share, to automatically trigger selling a block of shares. And as soon as that's executed, I could have another one set to where, okay, if it drops down to, let's say 230 or 235, go ahead and buy a block of shares. So really setting up a dual channel like this, this is a ready-made swing trade. You don't really need too much technical analysis behind it. It's anything that trades this sideways, and really this is since it entered the upper channel, this has for the most part traded sideways in this little, I think it's like a 60-cent corridor. Yeah, from 290 down to 230 for the most part. So yeah, but something like this, it's got a nice little channel to where if it gets predictive and you can see exactly where it's going, it's making your trades for you for the most part. Yeah, I haven't seen Marine Corps Brat in forever. Yeah, because I know we were talking during the live stream. I heard people asking where Marine Corps Brat was, and yeah, some people, there's no problem with a person being, focused on like one stock or two stocks. The AMC and GameStop, they were the originals, and there's no problem with staying focused on those. But it it's a lot broader of a market. There are stocks, there are ETFs, ETNs, there are cryptos. I mean, there's a lot to the market, and certainly when something's running, when something's making people money, and when people want to talk about it, yeah, that's of course that's something you should be focusing on. Oh, I didn't know that about her aunt. Well, it's definitely worth popping on, pop on Twitter and send a message and well wishes, and let them know that not only them but their family, in your thoughts and in your prayers. So yeah, Prog's looking good. There are a couple other positions I want to check. I looked at this one the other day, but I wanted to kind of get a comparison. This is the Schwab High Dividend ETF. Just kind of wanted to look and see how they've been performing. They actually haven't been doing too bad. Couple little pullbacks. If this dumps into a nice low channel, certainly might be worth jumping in, especially share price still under 8, hasn't broken 80 yet. That'd definitely be a good one to look at. And what was the other one? SPHQ, I think. SP 500 quality ETF. Yeah, much the same pattern. Got pushed down with the rest of the market, has recovered nicely. Just kind of wondering where a good entry point would be on. A good entry point for that one. I want to hunt around and find some good ones, preferably ones that pay monthly dividends, because I use the DRIP, which is the dividend reinvestment program, to where you invest in a position, and when your dividends come around, they're automatically reinvested. You don't have to touch anything. God, from the middle of May all the way up to the middle of August, that was just a nice steady climb through there. So, what are y'all up to this evening? Let's drop back down on the 30-minute on AMC. God, that channel just looks really, really nice there. Hey, Trapper, how's it going, man? Welcome to the chat. Just got the whole Blue Wrench crew hanging out in here. I got it. What do I have, Simon? On your way out to the gym? Pretty much that's like a given. I know when Simon's in, he's either on his way to the gym or he's listening while working out. Trapper, hope you don't miss my message with all the spam and chat moving so quickly. Yeah, it's chat is just blowing up. We're already on our second page of the chat right now. You asked what we were up to, and I said, you got it, Frank. Oh, up to pump you up. But yeah, so I'm definitely, I want to get past the low volume that we're going to have for the rest of this week and most likely next week. I still think next week is going to be low volume. Now, of course, that opens the potential for, it could be easier for the short squeeze to hit on lower volume just because, anyone jumping in the, jumping in, buying or selling can really dramatically affect the price. All it takes during low volume is one whale to step in, and you can drive the price through the roof easily. Why does this keep opening up my January monthlies? I thought I already closed these. Oh, let's wait for it to load up. I don't know why this is being so slow right now. I don't know if it's something with Webull, because everything else runs great, but for some reason Webull just hasn't been retracting messages. Weebull's been taking its sweet time. Now, see, if you're looking to play bull puts and you didn't mind your money being held up, till the middle of January, some of these prices in 22, 23, with the upward trend we're on, some of these could be, very good for printing. You think we'll see 33 by the end of close on Thursday? Looking at the price action, I think that could be a safe bet. It all depends on really if we keep riding this momentum, because we get the early pushes, and that's been on, we've been seeing this the past couple days where we get those good run-ups, and after the run-ups we see it kind of pull back a little bit and consolidate. 17th, where is... So 20th, kind of traded sideways, not too much excitement on that day. 21st being today, had a good run up at the beginning. If we get that support, and let's see when, that would be the 23rd. So if this channel holds up, because the market won't be open on the 24th. So 23rd... Yeah, if this channel holds up, definitely have us, above 31. And how much higher we go? Why does it not want to let me go higher? Checking date, checking date, checking date. Yeah, looks like, if we continue the trend, we could see between 31 to 35. Got to time you out next time. Who's the bot? AMC Trap, you have to tag him. Might have missed the message. But so Trapper, when you bought those calls, how much premium did you pay on those? Because you got to remember when you're trying to figure your profits out, not only do you have to look at where the share price is, you have to look at, because you're buying calls, you paid out a premium. So you kind of have to factor, unless you're planning on, exercising them and hoping it'll run up past there. But if you're looking to, sell to close, then really you not only do you have to look at the, the strike price and the share price, you have to look at, how much you paid in, how much premium you paid. Because that's still going to affect your profit. And let's, we can jump in and look at those calls right now. We want single calls 33. Yeah, so the current average or middle point on those is $44. So depends how long ago you got them, how much premium, how much you paid to buy those. You bought Friday, so you would actually need to see the share prices depending upon volatility. You would actually have to be closer to 35, somewhere between 35.50 to or 34.50 to 35. So you right, if the market, if this was the close on Thursday, you would be down about $140. You'd still be down even if it closed at 30. Yeah, Simon, I'm hoping to do a giveaway as soon as possible. I would like to see us get up to 1,000 subscribers, and then we might do a giveaway for a hoodie. I gotta pop over and check out the merchandise store and see what all's over there. But no, I wouldn't wait till 1,000. But I certainly would like to get up to 1,000 subscribers. That's the dream right now. Oh, hey, no, cool. That's cool, Trapper. Definitely keep your eyes on the road. I know if you're up here, it's snowy and icy. I know you probably have beautiful weather down in the 50s right now. Up here, 50 degrees would be a heat wave. Yeah, so here's something. I don't know how many of y'all play, if there are any gamers out there. So when it came out, I had purchased Cyberpunk 2077. The advertisements made it look absolutely wonderful. Looked to be a great game. Started playing it, absolutely bug ridden. So I went away and started playing other games. Well, I saw I saw a whole bunch of reviews that Cyberpunk had all these updates and it was playable now. And so I went ahead and got it reloaded, got everything set up, and it is actually worse now, a year later, than it was when I initially played it. Because I went to go aim down sight, drew my weapon, and the camera is in my character's mouth. Like as I'm aiming the gun in the game, I'm looking through. I've got the teeth overhead of the gun. I mean, how can you? Y'all get caught up on Jeremy DeWitt? Who's Jeremy DeWitt? I mean, how can a AAA game 44? That's still you're still like 40 degrees warmer than here. But how can a AAA video game company, or how can a game that people are hoping that's going to be game of the year come out and the game is so ridden with bugs it's almost unplayable. I've had like 2 different places where I got stuck to where I couldn't advance the story, and I restarted, and after all that nonsense I ended up deleting the game. Police impersonator in my hometown. I might have to check that out, Wrestler. That sounds intriguing. So yeah, I ended up. I figure I'll take another year off from Cyberpunk to see if it someday becomes playable. But I ended up jumping on the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, with the trilogy with all the games. So got back into that, having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, it just annoys me, Dude's got issues. Yeah. Yeah, but hey, Wrestler, because he's running around impersonating a cop, you should dress up, throw your Batman outfit on and go talking to him like Commissioner Gordon. Yeah, Simon, I believe Trapper is down in Georgia. Oh, he's in prison now? Okay. Yeah, but if dude's in prison wrestler, you can go there dressed as Batman and, like, go and visit him dressed as Batman. I mean, especially if they let you take a phone in and you can record it, or have like a hidden camera, hide your phone on you with just like the lens sticking out to where you can record everything. You could have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Georgia or Florida where Trapper was. I knew he was down south. But yeah, Trapper, it's get your lieutenant, please. Oh, yeah, Trapper. I certainly hope we get up to if we make the run to 35, depending upon how the volatility goes. Uh, 35, if you've got any kind of time left, you could still get some value. There's still a chance that we could run up and get back into the high 30s, but I would certainly be looking. Closer you get to expiration, I'd be watching those like a hawk. And if you get the chance to take profits, 5 or 10% profit is still 5 or 10% profit. UUEN. Let me check the keyboard here. UUEN. Oh, message retracted. Now, Trapper, what was the share price at when you bought those? Or not, yeah, the share price. I'm looking at long calls right now. Is it further out? Trying to play with the calculator a bit here for you. Yeah, Trapper, depending upon what the share price was when you bought those, potentially tomorrow. God. Bought them on Friday. Where's my calendar? So those would have been on the 17th. Oh god, yeah, we were still in the 25 range. Or wait, no, 17th. Oh. Did you get them early on the 17th, Trapper, or Because really, when you look at, when you look at the 17th, we started below 24, and we did get over 30. So you got them at midday. Okay, so it was already after the run when you got those. So midday. So you were about the 29 to 30 range, somewhere in there when you got them. Let's see. Let's go back. Yeah, really. If we do get the run up to 3450, you should be. You may end up breaking even on those. If you get the run tomorrow, you have the potential to still make profit even at the lower price. If it ran to that early on Thursday, you would stand a chance. You'd have a better chance of breaking even on them. I have everything recorded on my body cam, Sergeant. Oh. Any of you holding Dojalon? I think it'll be a good swing trade. It will run up like Shiba. No, I don't have any Dojalon. I've got regular Doge, and that's about it. But I definitely Trapper would be keeping my eyes open for increased volatility, because volatility and a run up combined could really could drive that price up. And there's always a chance that, and see, this is what really makes options really dangerous, because you could end up capturing 5 or 10% profit, and basically recover from what could have been a bad trade. But there's also the chance that it starts to run and you miss out on a lot of money. That's why can kind of give you a little bit of analysis and tell you things that I would look for. But man, when it comes to making the trade, you're the one who has to pull the trigger on that, and it's just Granted, I probably would have ended up it probably would have been an instance where I would have put a stop loss in, and just this downward run on midday on the 20th probably would have triggered my stop loss. So it would have ended up I would have come out underneath on it. I probably would have ended up losing 25-30% on it. It's also, if I get calls, I really do like my calls to be further out, just so I've got more time to be right. Doing a week on calls. Granted, had you done, oh, did I move that line? Had you done your calls at market open on the 17th, yeah, they would be printing right now. But yeah, had you got those calls when the market opened, I definitely would have been looking at, especially because I had this channel built out. So if I would have seen it starting to run and tag, I sold 2 Monday and I have 1. Okay, so did you end up capturing profit on the 2 that you sold? But yeah, that is And see, that's the thing. Just because you buy calls, that are ending a week out or a month out or any time period out, doesn't mean you have to hold them that long. Had I, if I would have been looking and if I bought calls when the market opened, when I saw that we were coming up and hitting the lower support line, or hitting the support and starting to run up, and bought the calls there, man, we get to the top of the channel at either one of these, of the two upward resistance lines, I would have sold at either one of those. It didn't matter whether I bought them for a week or bought them for a month. That's one of those day trade swing trades where the market just moves exactly how you want it to move, and you can get out of it fast. And don't be afraid to take profits when you get them. Frank, I have no clue on how to do calls, let alone what I can and cannot do. So basically, wrestler, we'll pop over to the at a small. Hey, a small loss is certainly better than you know. That's why a lot of times I build in a stop loss. I know how much I'm willing to risk. Usually on a trade, I'm willing to risk 25 to 30% loss. So yeah, that's I've had trades where I've taken that 20-30% loss, and the stocks, I've had to go both ways to where it's ran away from it and ended up saving me a ton of money, or it blows right through and I miss out on a chance to make money. But most times when I have a stop loss, it does end up serving its purpose, and it protects me from big losses. That's what they do. Hey, no problem, Simon. Thanks for stopping by. We shall see you tomorrow. See you every dot dot dot. So, wrestler, when you're now there are two sides to it. There's always a buying side and a selling side. Now, when you are buying calls, it's basically you are buying the right but not the obligation to purchase shares at a given price. And you're basically calling the shares away from another investor. Simon or Simon. Simon. Oh, we're not going all language correcting, are we? So we will, wrestler. We'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and open up. These are for January 21st. These are the monthlies. Now with some stocks, they only have monthly options. Some of them have weeklies. Major indices like the SPYs, the Q, the IWM, they actually have calls that expire 3 times a week. So with a call, when you're buying a call, you're basically buying the right to purchase shares at the given price. Now, the further out you go and the closer you are to the current price, the more money you have to pay to enter that position. So these being the January monthlies, say if you thought that the share price by January 21st was going to be over $35. You would pay $302 because you're dealing in 100 shares at a time. So you would pay $302 in order to have the right to buy those shares. Oh, all right. We'll catch you tomorrow, Trapper. See you up in Claybro Stream. Thanks for stopping by. Always good to see the regulars in here. And Claybro just posted a video. So, Wrestler, you're basically buying the right, but not the obligation. You're not obligated to buy them. But if you so choose, you could buy those shares at $35 a share. So basically, $3,500 worth of AMC. Now, this is a way you would make money because you're paying in. You have to pay a premium in order to get that right. So your break even would actually be $38. $38.02 would be your break even, because you've got your share price at 35, and your and the premium you paid at $3.02 per share. Now, the way this can make you money is if before that time period, if the stock ran up to where, say, this premium, instead of being $302, ran up and all of a sudden it turned into $500, $600, $700, you could turn around and sell that contract to close it, to where you would sell your right to purchase those shares to someone else. And that's why sometimes in Claybro Stream I talk about, I took profit at 70%. I took profit at 75%, because the value of the contract went up enough. And this is usually when I'm selling covered calls, because I like being on the selling end of this, because as a seller, time works to my advantage. As a buyer, time works against you. Whereas every day you hold the contract, it loses $8 worth of value. And as you get closer to expiration, the decay from theta actually gets higher and higher. So the closer you get, the more money you're losing. To where if you're a seller, the closer you get, the less money it takes for you to exit this position. So, as far as, it doesn't matter whether it's calls or puts, whether you're buying or selling, you either, especially if you're selling covered calls, you ride those to expiration, you just let them expire worthless. If you're buying, you can choose, you have the choice to exercise if it's profitable for you, or, if it runs up in early profits, close that contract out and basically collect your money. So did that kind of answer some of the questions, Wrestler? Not sure if you're still in chat here. Call single. God, I'd love to start making some money on covered calls again. It's just a share price does have potential to run up through. Yeah, I've never used TD Ameritrade for. I've never been on their platform. I don't know what their layout is. Most times when you do. Oh, let's just go 10 days out. Let's just grab one. So on pretty much every brokerage, we're going to grab the 35s for next week. And we're going to go off the bid. So on most of them, it'll bring you to a page like this to where you can see, this basically gives you a readout of all the information. You can't see at the end, but it has the limit price and the time in force. That's because right now it's after market hours, so you wouldn't actually be able to enter in options. Options are only open during actual market hours, even though you can trade shares. You can trade shares when the market's closed. As long as you have a buyer and a seller, you can execute a trade. But you go to the graph, and this shows you based on where the share. Oh, how does one make money on calls? You make money on calls by either favorable price action. If if when you buy your calls, if the share price is at $30 and you're buying for $33 and it runs up to 35, you're in profit. If oh wait, what I'm buying? There we go. So currently, market closed at. Oh, this is the close or the current price, but $30.30. So it's at $30.30. These calls are for ending in 10 days. And they're calls that are purchased at $35. So what this does is it takes. No, just I don't know why it always does. Maybe it just knows that I want to do 10 contracts at a time. So on this, you pick a strike price, and for this we went ahead and picked a $35 strike price. So before then, this basically shows you where, based on where the current share price is, you can see it has the price and your profit and loss. So as you go right to your $35 strike price, you can see you're losing $108, $110 because that's how much it takes you to open this contract. So you'll never lose more than $110 because that's the premium that you pay, that you paid to open this contract. So as the share price moves up, you get to your break-even point, which for this contract is $36.10, because that is your $35 strike price plus the $110 premium that you paid to enter this contract. So as you continue to gain, at expiration, if you get up to $37, are we at 37? Just about $37 a share right there. At $36.99, that contract is now worth, $90. So the further you get away from your strike price, the more money you make. And at any time, this is at expiration. If it ran up, say it ran up to $39 before expiration, if it ran expiration, that would be worth $291 per contract. I'm going to go into an option. I use Option Strat. It's an app that you can go through and build your options on there, see how they would look. And give me a second here. I'll actually put it up on the screen here. So let me try and get this on here so you can see. I don't know how well it's going to look. But as you can see, it has it done up by day. And, the further or the closer you get to expiration date, the more of your money is taken away by time decay. If it runs up sooner, you can take profits sooner. And all you would do, because you bought to open, all you would do is sell to close. And at any time during the contract, you don't have to let it ride to expiration. And that's why, especially because I sell covered calls, I don't like last day volatility. So I will actually sell my covered calls and then buy to close, no later than Thursday. I do not like to run those to expiration unless we're so far away from the money that my shares are never a threat. And just like your hey guest name, how's it going? Saw you subscribe the other day in chat. Yeah, I'm just going over with a wrestler, just the basics on how calls work. So wrestler, whenever anytime you're buying calls, there's a person on the other end of it who's selling a covered call. So for lack of better terms, because I always like to sell covered calls, I would actually be the person on the other side of the trade from you. And I'm looking for you're looking as a person buying the call, you are looking for the share price to go up. And you need it to go up, need to go up faster than what your time decay devalues your contract at. And me as a seller of covered calls, I'm sitting back and just waiting. If the share price goes down, I'm making money. And even if it trades sideways, if the share price does not change, I'm still making money, because as the theta, and theta is your time decay, as that continues to run its course, the contract loses value. So as it loses value on your end, that means that it takes less for me to buy to close out my position and protect my shares. But definitely something I truly believe in is, if you're going to get, wrestler saying welcome to guest name, if you're looking to get into doing options, you really have to evaluate your own personal risk tolerances, because a lot of it, with covered calls, I have the potential to lose my shares. And that's why whenever I'm doing, if I'm doing covered calls, I never do more than 25% of my position. It is not worth your shares to make $100, to make $50. However much you're making, it's not worth your shares if the MOAS kicks off. So that is why I tend to build in stop losses. And that's part of doing your risk assessment, knowing how much you're willing to lose. Now, I do have PROG calls. I have gotten PROG calls. I'm actually getting, I'm going to back off on doing those, because I have not been doing good on PROG. PROG is that one stock that absolutely hates me, so I'm just doing shares on it. But a lot of calls, I'll have a higher risk tolerances for calls, because my maximum loss is already determined to be how much premium you paid. And when it comes to buying calls, you can lose 100% of your premium. 100% of your premium is better than having your shares called away, and then it runs up, and what would have been, you collected $3,500 for your covered calls getting executed at $35. So you get $3,500 plus whatever whatever premium you collected for selling those covered calls. But if the price of AMC goes up to $1,000 a share, that $3,600 isn't worth the $100,000 that you just missed out on. So if you have a couple hundred shares and you're looking to maybe open one or two covered call positions, that is when your stop losses they're critical. You should always, if there's a chance of your shares getting called away, you should have a stop loss. That's just my personal belief. And it's much the same as if you're buying puts to give yourself a low side protection. Buying puts, you have the option to you buy a put, say right now. So AMC $30.30. If I were to buy a put, we'll actually jump over there. We'll jump on the put side of the house. So I decide, I'm worried about a market pullback. So I want to go ahead and let's go a little bit further out. I want to check the prices here. Let's not go that far. Let's go. Oh, gotta wait for it to load. It's just got to be something with my Weeble. Come on. These put prices are still high right now. I apologize for my Weeble. There we go. So say I thought there was going to be a huge pullback in the next week or two. So I could go take we'll grab this. We'll grab the 26. I think there's going to be a huge pullback. So I go ahead and I buy a put. Each contract covers 100 of my shares. So I go ahead and buy all the puts I need, and each contract I pay $202 to enter that put. Now, if AMC crashes down and goes down to $20 a share, I can turn around, not worry about that price, but I can exercise, sell my shares, because I have the right to put my shares to someone else. That's on a call, it's calling the shares away from someone. On a put, you're putting your shares to someone else. So I have the right to put my shares to someone else, and they have to pay me $26 a share. So I collect all that money, and the share price dropped down to $20 a share. I've collected the money for selling my shares. I can turn around and buy right back in at 20, same day. So in that transaction, now granted, I did pay $202 for that put, but when you look at it, $600 difference, subtract the premium that I paid, I'm still making $400 per contract. So you can see where, that's where your potential to make money. And puts are just the opposite side. Puts are for your downside protection. Calls are for the upside wealth generation. So those are kind of the two sides of the coin right there. And just like with selling covered calls, if you have the cash, say I was sitting on $2,500 and I did not mind that collateral being tied up, because anytime you're selling an option position, you have to put up collateral. When you're selling covered calls, your collateral is your 100 shares. When you're selling bull put spreads, you have to put up the difference in your strike prices, which for AMC is usually $100 a contract. So if I wanted to sell a cash secured put, I would need $2,500 to put up. So I put my $2,500 up. That is locked up until the contract expires or until I close a position. But I would end up collecting $168 of premium per contract. So for every $2,500 that I put aside, I immediately collect $168. So that's, I'm not a fan of cash secured puts, because I can make more money doing a bull put spread. For every cash secured put, I can enter 25 bull put spreads using that pricing. So would I rather collect $168 once, or we'll go off the 25-26. We take the bull put spread. We'll go in. Okay, limit price is already at 34, and let's up this to 25 contracts. And we are selling So it all comes down to, would I rather make $168 selling one bull put spread, or $168 selling one cash secured put, or would I rather make $850 selling 25 bull put spreads for the exact same collateral? It's a no-brainer. That's usually when you use cash secured puts, it is a way to acquire shares at a cheaper price and collect a little bit of premium. If you have no intention of actually executing the cash secure put, of buying those shares at that price, it's more cost effective to do a bull put spread, and you're protecting yourself on the low end. So, and that's just some of the little things you can do to make yourself a little bit extra money on the side. So did anyone? Oh, hey, DD214, how's it going, man? You're kind of here cooking and texting, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually debating going and getting dinner shortly here, because I had an abbreviated lunch today and ended up just getting some cranberry walnut bread and some banana nut bread, and just munched on that for lunch. Haven't actually eaten a real meal today, so I'm probably be getting dinner here in the not too distant future. So did anyone else have options questions? Because I know guest name, you said you're new to investing. We go over a bit of a bit of regular market, a little bit of technical analysis. A lot of what I like to go over on the channel does deal with options trading. I just wish PROG would hit the upper channel. I want to start swinging this real good. And we're in the buy zone, but most of my capital is tied up right now, so I don't have free capital that isn't tied up in stop losses in order to start buying more shares. Shib looks to be doing something interesting. I keep seeing it flash white out of the corner of my eye. Let's pull the 5-minute on Shib. So what do we got here? Looks like Shib gave a couple nice buying zones around the 3150. $31.50 to $32.50. Try the 30-minute on Shib. Oh wow, I didn't even realize Shib got down around 2,800. Wow. That would have been absolutely wonderful to buy in. From 2,800 to 3,300. Unfortunately, I can't sit there and watch it like a hawk as much as I would like to. But most crypto positions, I'm a long-term holder on. I don't want to actively trade. Just kind of sit back and wait. I do have some cryptos. These are my interest-bearing cryptos. I got Uniswap, Batcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Am I missing one on here? Oh, Chainlink isn't on here. That's what I'm missing. Because I've got 7 cryptos. Batbit, Lite. What am I missing here? Uniswap, Ethereum. Yeah, it looks like most of crypto's pretty much been following the same trend. Oh, wait. Ethereum. Ethereum looking a bit different. Bitcoin, I really needed to pick up the pace again. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, DD214. See you over in Clay Bros. And I actually think it's 6:30 here. I still got to get dinner and get ready for my evening. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for today and look towards yeah, AMC, AMC. But yeah, I want to thank everyone who stopped by. Guest name DD214, Wrestler Trapper, Simon. I think that was everyone who stopped by today. I want to thank y'all for coming by, spending a little bit of your evening here on the channel. And I certainly look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow on Claybro stream, and perhaps having a midday stream tomorrow when the options market's open. Maybe pop in, have a little bit of fun with that. But hope everyone has a really good evening, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Oh, you're welcome, DD214.